How's it going, boys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm currently queuing up for a game. So as you can tell, not too much time to be used to make a video, so I cannot make a full hero guide. However, I'm gonna do something extra special today because I don't know why, but we're gonna do a little something special. I'm gonna do a little spice, like a mini guide, something about Dota that you probably did not know. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, so I'm going to tell you and I'll make the title. Now, what am I going to talk about? Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about the different heroes and what the different types of heroes. So the agility, strength, and the intelligence heroes. Now, pulling something out of my ass here, let's just talk about what these heroes represent in the game. Nah, that's kind of bad. Let's talk about oh yeah, let's talk about damage types. Okay, so if you're still watching, as you know, there is different damage types. There is physical, which is just right clicks, magical damage. As you can see, it says damage type magical, and there's like pure damage. When everyone think of pure damage, they just think of QoP, because QoP is like the definition of a lot of burst damage with pure damage. So what is this, like, what significance does this have essentially? So we can talk about this. So basically, the thing with magic damage and physical, actually this is a little bit complicated. So the thing with physical damage is that when you think of physical damage, it's something that generally only belongs to carries, because there's not too many spells that does physical damage. So Alchemist has 2, and Slardar has like 1, I believe. Actually no, he has 2, because both the damage type on his bash and the Slithering Crush is physical, and he can amp it with his ult. There's a little bit like the Monkey King one too. So generally when you think of the physical damage, they are not scaling. They scale a lot. So you do a lot of physical damage in the beginning of the game, and then no, you don't. My bad. Completely reverse that. Reverse Uno that. You don't do a lot of physical damage in the early game. Hopefully this guy doesn't accept. So first of all, you don't do a lot of magic physical damage because it's based on how much damage you're doing. So it's a percentage wise. This is true for mostly Monkey King and PA. So PA is the same way, except for PA is a little bit different. They give you like a base damage, and then they give you a percentage damage on top of that. So with these non-carry heroes, they don't really scale. They don't have the percentage scaling, because with PA and Monkey King, you're gonna buy these damage amping items. So like Desolator, I don't know, Dataless, except not Dataless, but you know, like MKB, fucking, just based on your stats, you might buy Butterfly and your high stat gain. Like Monkey King has one of the highest stat gains in the whole game. This is like really fucking good. Yeah, you're just super useful. So based on like these heroes with physical damage, that's why it scales based on percentage wise. And when you buy more items, you level up, you're gonna do more damage. Now, the thing that's different about like magic damage is that magic damage never skills. Basically, it almost never skills. Why do I say this? Because if you know one thing about magic damage, first let me pick my hero here. Which I pick? Can I just pick Alchemist? Fuck it. I think it's fine. Yeah, this is actually a perfect Alchemist game. So when you think about physical damage, it's something that scales. So as you gain stats, as you buy items, you start doing more and more with attack speed. The thing about magic damage is that it's a set number. So whatever number of magic damage you get is what you will always have. Meaning that, you know, generally when you get magic damage, it's like once you level it up to like max, you do 300, and that's a set number. Yes, spell amp changes that, but spell amp is basically fucking useless. Like the amount of different spell amps makes is like non-existent in my opinion. It's so abysmally small that it doesn't matter. But with like other stuff such as like, you know, mostly Well, the biggest thing about magic damage is that every hero in the game has a base magic res of 25%, meaning that if you're doing, like, let's say, I don't know, let's pick a nice hero for this. Void Spirit, sure. Let's say you're doing 220 magic damage. 25% of that is gonna be negated for all heroes, and that's it. There's only like 2 items in the game that give you magic res, or like 3 if you count the shitty version of it. So you have to buy this. Actually, no, there's actually 3. Yeah, there's 3. So there's 1, 2, 3. You can upgrade this into a pipe, or actually there's a lot more. They added more. But as you can see, like, normally people, no, okay, first of all, no one fucking buys Mage Slayer. Let me buy my items real quick, boys. No one buys Mage Slayer. That's like one thing. And the second thing is that you guys have to understand, no one buys Mage Slayer. Glimmer Capes are for supports, and Hood is like essentially there's only 2 items that give you magic res. Okay, the Mage Slayer is shit. No one should buy this item. You can just buy a value like Cloak, and it's better than Mage Slayer. So as you can see, the thing about magic damage is that it doesn't really like there's no way to really negate it that much. And when you think about bursting people, you always think about bursting people as in, like, you know, they're like semi low on HP. You guys throw all your nukes on them and you burst them. Generally, bursting hero with like physical damage doesn't really appear until like 20 minutes plus with like PA and Monkey King, where they get like a bunch of items like Sven, and they start getting all this damage. If you're just doing like, holy fuck, can't even last it because I'm talking so much. You generally, like, bursting people doesn't really exist until like the later stages of the game, if you guys realized. So that's one thing. The other one being that magic bursting is the only thing that exists in the first 20 minutes of the game, I want to say. Maybe a little bit earlier if someone rushes to death later, but that's it, because you have low armor. But one thing that's bad about physical damage is that you get armor as the game progresses, but then, holy fuck, can you stop? Oh my god, can't even last it. You get armor as the game progresses, so physical damage, you might think like, oh, they're gonna get armor, so it's not gonna be as useful, but that's wrong, because like there's heroes that don't really get any armor at all, period. Like CM, she just doesn't really have armor no matter what. I'm gonna actually punch this guy a little bit. Is he gonna die? Nah. So yeah, that's that. So when you think about bursting someone, it's generally like in the early game with magic damage. So I just want to let you guys know that. Here's the thing about pure damage, okay? You know what? I'm going to go on a ramble here. It's going to take a while for me to explain this. So when you think about bursting, is always in the early game. And in the late game, bursting kind of like ceases to exist for a while. Because magic damage doesn't really skill. You don't get more magic damage. So let's say you're using Lena's Q, right? It does like 310 or something like that damage. If you level up to, if you're level 7, you're gonna be doing the same amount of damage as you are if you're level like 20. So if you put that into perspective, you can obviously see why like you're just stronger in the early game with magic. Fuck. Oh my god! Yeah, I'm actually a fucking god gamer here. Yeah, that's why you don't stay on their asses, spray, you fucking dumb. Okay. Well, that was cool. Yeah, that's why you don't fuck with Alch. Dude, people underestimate Alch's ability. He didn't press Fairy Fire, I think. He had one. Just didn't press it. But yeah. Essentially, that's what it is. Now, pure damage is a special place. So, about magic damage, that's why supports are generally strong. Because supports are usually all magic damage and no physical. If you can, like, tell from most support heroes. So, that's why they're strong. Because, you know, their damage is that much in the early game. It doesn't really go up anymore, but it's always gonna be like a lot, right? carry heroes generally have no magic damage. Besides like Luna, like very unique instances. And there's a good reason for that, because they need to not have too much magic or else it would be too good in the early game. Heroes that have a lot of magic damage are generally good laners, and they're like, you know, maybe they have like a special ability like Troll where you have miss chances and whatnot. But yeah, that's basically most of the time how it works. Now pure damage is a little bit unique, because with pure damage, holy fuck. Okay, well, we tried. I mean, there was not much to do there. Try to like make him damage him as much as possible. He tipped the Timber Saw. Why did he tip the Timber Saw? With pure damage, it's a little bit different. I'm talking right now, so this guy's just like trying to fucking take this chance to like, you know, get some farm. But that's okay. I don't really care. We're gonna win anyways. Shit on this guy. We got first blood. So the thing about pure damage is that you might be like, huh, pure damage is the best. But pure damage is actually not the best. Because if you look at Quap's ulti, it does 320 damage at level 1. I mean, at level 1, yeah. With the ult at level 6. Is a shit ton of mana. It's literally the same thing as like a Tinker Rocket, but it's pure, so there's no 25% magic res. And it goes through BKB, yeah. But like, no one fucking has BKB in the early game. And you have to understand, guys. Well, first of all, no one has BKB. And second of all, pure damage is only good in like the mid to late game ish. In the late game, it's not even fucking good, because you can't really get more of it, you know? Like, you could buy some spell amp, but it's like always decent. But it's not, if it doesn't skill based on HP percentage, like HP removal kind of thing, and it's just like, you know, Quap is like, you know, stationary damage, it's actually not that good. What the fuck is he doing? Oh, he's taking my fucking room. What a bitch. Okay. Well, yeah, that's the thing about pure damage. It doesn't really like scale that well into the late game. Because, as you know, like if you're doing like what? Like, it's actually still pretty good, but I would say the point at where it's like the strongest is the mid game area. Where, you know, people might have gotten their BKBs, but then like, you know, the magic res starts amping up, someone might buy a pipe, and then now but their HP level is still like at a minimal amount, so your burst still does a lot, and that's when Quap shines. This is in the early game with their magic, in the mid game with their pure damage. That's why someone like Quap is like really good. Now in the late game, you pretty much have to always go some kind of right click. There are some heroes that can go late game with magic, and that is very unique to those who can do it in a way that skills based on percentage wise. And it's very important that you have to skill on percentage wise, because without percentage scaling, there's no difference essentially from you and just like a fucking, you know, useless garbage pretty much. So yeah, that's basically it. So some of the honorable mentions are, you know, Zeus. Zeus has it. Necrophos has it with his E. Zeus has it with his E as well. And it's important you have to have those. I think my team is winning right now. So yeah, we're gonna win, guys. Check out the Twitch. This is where I stream and whatnot. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. Okay. Alright, well, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Peace. Have a good one.